saying this is a man that says he investigates sexual assault. It's disgusting. And this is why, like police have said, victims do not want to go to the police because they don't believe you. No, this is his main page.
There you go. And it's the part with me, so you can fast forward all the way through my part.
All right.
All right. And did you ever save that Facebook picture I showed you? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me send you this one. Hold up. I'm gonna send you this one on Instagram. Hold on.
What, his part?
It's a Facebook post of him.
All right. So, hold on.
He is an active officer. That's why I'm telling him to put up the Facebook picture. He is an active officer. He's on the Pikeville Police Department's page. There you go. Marco Carpenter. There he is, right there. Pikeville Police Department. I shared his. I shared the police department's post and put the YouTube link with it.
All right. Oh, I was about to say.
Can I give you an investigator's point of view? Oh, absolutely.
Can y'all hear that, sis?
Yeah.
What's up, boss? Hey, what's up, man? Hey, this is Officer K. Oh, snap. What's good, man? Yeah, dude, this is my bike account, but hey, real quick. So, you know, I was military 20 years. I did investigation in the Air Force. Everything you're saying is factually correct. Hold on, Officer K. I want y'all to understand contextually. This is Officer K on TikTok. He's a current officer right now. And a military vet. So she said it in her video. Now I'm speaking from an investigator's point of view. She said it in her video. She said, if I can't record, I don't want to do this interview. She said that. At that point, the investigator's like, what? You're the victim. If you don't cooperate with me, why should I go above and beyond to get anything else from you? So that is why they escorted her out of the building. They're not going to just let her go on her own and mosey on through the building. They got to escort her out. As far as not recording in an interview, we don't let second parties record because it's still an ongoing investigation. We don't want the stuff to get out because guarantee for her sake, she's going to publicize it. She'll put it on her YouTube or do whatever, and then it'll taint the case. Just like you said, that one NCIS guy that had to recuse himself from the Special Agent Dwayne Young, yes, Mr. Young. He did exactly what he needs to do. Once his part was put out there for everything, he's out. He can't do anything because then it's tainted.
Sis, let me ask you a question. Special Agent Dwayne Young.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, the last paperwork you did receive, I thought he was still your caseworker, right?
No. So it wasn't the first. I don't even know which paperwork this was. It did list him as the caseworker at one point, but toward the end, they gave me a number. Remember I told you they gave me a number that was linked to another number because I kept calling this number, but nobody was answering. But the voicemail came on, and you know how like you can forward your phone to ring on another phone, like you can forward your phone calls to ring on the phone that you have, right? So in the voice message, in the voicemail thing, it gave me the number of basically the number that was forwarded to either way, it gave me the number of the person's number that the number actually was forwarded to.
Uh-huh.
So I called that number and I said, look, I have been dialing the number that NCIS gave me for my casework because it didn't have a name. It just had a number. Or did it? It might have had a name. I don't know. But I just know I called this number. And the dude that was supposed to be my caseworker never answered. And when I called the phone, I was like, okay, so I'm calling this number because y'all obviously aren't answering the other number. So somebody needs to call me back real quick or this information is going all over the internet. Next thing I know, this woman calls me out the blue and she's like, I'm his assistant. And I'm like, okay. And I played that phone call. I was like, I don't want to talk to an assistant. I want to talk to my caseworker.
Right. I remember that.
And that's when she was telling me that we're going to search me and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when I was like, okay, I won't record or whatever. And she was like, well, you're going to have to be searched. And I was like, I won't record, but y'all are not going to search me. Like,
all right. I just want to make sure.
And come back like, oh, he's doing this, oh, he's doing that because of this and that because I put him on YouTube. So he did what was
retaliation, right? Or
exactly, yeah.
Reprisal. He was trying to commit reprisal to her. That's the narrative that would be spun. Oh, because she put him on the internet, now all of a sudden he's being biased and he's not being objective in the case. So therefore he recused himself, and I got 2 other agents to handle my case. Thank you.
Yep, and he did exactly what you're supposed.
Sorry, y'all.
oh, I was about to say, what happened?
Here we go.
Exactly, yeah.
Reprisal. He was trying to commit reprisal to her. That's the narrative that would be spun. Oh, because she put him on the internet, now all of a sudden he's being biased and he's not being objective in the case. So therefore he recused himself, and I got 2 other agents to handle my case. Thank you.
Yep, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do. Like, if my stuff gets out there, I can't be a part of this investigation because I don't want it to come back. Oh, you're all siding with him because I put your stuff on YouTube and you didn't like that. Blah, blah, blah. But she specifically told her, if I can't record, I don't want to do this. So she ended the interview right there because you saw the lady walk out, came back, and we're going to escort you out. 2, if somebody's going to drive, if I drive, and I've driven, the longest I've driven for an interview was an hour and a half. You best believe that I made damn sure that the interviewee or the victim was going to be where I needed her to be or him to be. And I would have asked, hey, are you going to be here? This is what we're going to discuss. She knew damn well what she was doing over there. That's why she wanted to record it. She knew damn well why she was at the PD. She knew it. And for her to say she didn't know, she just trip and end up over there? She knew exactly what the hell's going on. And dude, I don't even know why you are entertaining that foolishness.
I'm gonna tell you why, Officer K.
No, that's a rhetorical question, man. I know why.
Okay, I was about to say.
I got you, brother. I got you.
We got to draw the line in the sand at some point.
You're right.
This to me was the pinnacle because they kept saying that I was so scared to face her that I would clam up, that I wouldn't tell the truth. And I got her here, and she literally told y'all exactly what I've been telling y'all for the last 3 years.
Dude, she
3 years. Keep saying
she freaking pretty much spit on the real victims' faces. Because I did investigations in the Air Force, and you remember that whole drill instructor Air Force scandal that happened?
Mm-hmm.
I helped investigate a couple of those, and so a lot of them were SA victims. Because if it's
okay, just for context, if y'all need to go to the video on my page, and you can look. And it shows you the cases that he's talking about. And look how much time a lot of those men got. I mean, there's a case where a man only got 20 years and he had 3 victims that he R-word. 20 years. Does that sound like justice to you? But this is what he's boasting about, that he took part of.
Or a basic trainee or a boot camp trainee, it's automatically their victims. And she said, well, what do the military do to victims? The military believes the victim over the other person. You're guilty to proven innocent in the military. And a lot of times when these sexual assault victims in the schoolhouse, when I was an instructor, it was pretty much they got in trouble, so then they're going to rat out whoever they had. So they, oh, he raped me. Well,
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? That's how he thinks about victims.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, he seems like a toxic person himself.
Let's replay that and let y'all hear that
Maybe
again.
sounds like a rapist.
Just
I mean,
listen.
I
Listen
wasn't
to
gonna
what
say
the fuck
that, but
he's.
I might have been
Listen
thinking
to what he says so we can break this down.
victims in the schoolhouse, when I was an instructor, it was pretty much they got in trouble, so then they're going to rat out whoever they had. So they, oh, he raped me. Well, the reason why, wait, what happened? They're like, oh, he did that to me, SA'd me. Well, then the guy is taken out of training automatically, loses.
So basically, he's saying that these victims are getting in trouble and using it. Yeah. Basically saying he don't even believe the victims when they come to him.
Yeah, he sounds like a really stand-up guy.
Yeah, it gets worse.
It gets worse.
Face, loses wherever he's going, and the female's allowed to continue going. So for her to say,
And mind you, he brings up no men. He only speaks about women. Only women victims.
But make sure y'all listen to this next line very well.
Okay.
to say that, oh, they treat victims wrong in the military, no, that's unheard of. The victims are treated much better than the actual individuals. And
Rewind that back.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all
That's
hear that?
unheard of.
That's
So he
unheard
just
of.
dismissed all of the dead men and women who have blown the whistle on SA in the military.
I mean,
He
some have lost
just
his life.
shitted on all of the people who were sent off to other units instead of their rapist or abuser being held accountable, and their lives were fucked up over SA that nobody wanted to handle. He just dismissed the accounts of all military victims.
I'll go
All of
back.
us.
Let's go back and listen to
Well, I'm
Mr.
not a
K.
military victim, but still. Well, yes, I am. I'm still a victim of sexual harassment that happened every day in the military. But yeah, he just dismissed, especially those that are dead now.
Mm-hmm. So let's go back to Officer, what's his name?
Marco Kalkbrenner.
Officer Marco Carbrega? What? Really? Okay.
Kalkbrenner.
Okay. So
Like the caulk you put on the wall
yeah,
and
I
Brenner.
get caught Brenner. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
There you
just
go.
like, yeah. Okay. This is wild.
hey, for her to say that, oh, they treat victims wrong in the military, no, that's unheard of. The victims are treated much better than the actual individuals. And the real victim. Now, the false victims, yeah. If she's saying that they mistreat.
You heard this, man? He called them false victims.
If it's false, you're not a victim. He's like, this terminology doesn't even make sense. Like, he should be investigating Jenny, in my opinion.
It's crazy.
That's unheard of. The victims are treated much better than the actual individuals. And the real victim. Now, the false victims, yeah. If she's saying that they mistreated false victims, yeah. We prosecute false victims.
He is admitting to mistreating victims. Because there's no way for you to know that they're false. Like that terminology, like he said, just doesn't even fucking make sense. So you're basically telling us that anybody that you believe that comes in there, and with this mentality, with this type of mentality, he's the type of man that thinks women are lying about any fucking thing, especially when it comes to accusing a man of SA. So that means every victim that comes in and reports SA to you, you automatically mistreat because you automatically think they're false victims.
Already. I guarantee you, the majority of people, cases that probably came across his desk, he automatically thought they were lies, especially if it's a woman. I want to know how you handle a man's case, though. probably don't, get those too often because of men like you.
Lucid D. One of those instructors was my neighbor. Yeah, I was in San Antonio during that whole deal, and a couple of the instructors were on my branch. But dude, man, you are 100% correct. Fact that you called her out. I've been following this since day one, and
You heard him.
Shouldn't he stay neutral?
He's not even, she shouldn't be even speaking on this or any case that he's handled. But you heard him, right? He said he's been watching this since day one. Day one. And today he magically shows his ass up in my live and he wants to talk about this. He would love to talk about this. Okay. I want to see if he show up tomorrow.
Oh, what time tomorrow?
I don't know. He said he's supposed to be off work tomorrow or whatever. Whenever I go live, I want to see him show up.
And you called her out on a beat it. She showed receipts. For her to call and have a friend act as that's a crime. Now, is it punishable and all that? Yeah, but the DA.
He sat there and just absolutely lied.
Fucking lying. Just lying.
Just absolutely fucking lie. She didn't pretend to be anybody. She didn't give a name, nothing. And
Nothing.
you sat there and heard that as a police officer. And you sat there and you lied on that woman. And this is a guy, again, that's supposed to be an investigation of sexual assault for women.
Waste your time on that. But no, that's
Right.
a crime. That's an absolute crime.
I just wanted to point out the lengths that they were willing to go to try and destroy me. That's all.
Yep, and it's sad that I don't know, that's you. And coming from an investigator's point of view, seeing fake victims come up, and I had to investigate it, and dang well it's fake, but you got to go through the process, due process.
You heard him? Did you hear that, sis?
Yeah.
He said investigating something he know the dangle. How the hell do you know it's fake
How do you know?
before you even do your investigation? How in the hell do you know before you even do an investigation, my G?
Like I said, full circle.
And
You're
then
just
y'all
proving
wonder
my
why
point.
people don't want to go to the fucking cops.
Right.
Why we do not trust
Or why we
police
want to
officers.
film our interviews. Because if anything should be filmed, the interviews that these police have with victims of SA should absolutely be able to be recorded by the victims. I don't give a fuck what you say.
I want you to think about this though, right? His mindset. What if that was the same mindset of them officers that showed up to interview Polisa?
Right.
You think you think it would have been a good idea for her to record that?
But look at how Agent Young talked to me.
Pretty sure we got the
Aggravated.
same mindset.
Aggravated. Do you want our help or no? Hell no, if you ain't fucking identifying yourself, the fuck? I didn't call you, you called me.
Could you imagine? That's how victims get treated on a daily basis by these people that's supposed to be there to help them. Because I couldn't.
That's
I
all I'm
wouldn't want
gonna
to feel like
What
I'm in the.
did he say? When I asked him his name, I said, he was like, I told you my name. And I was like, no, you just said Officer Young from Honolulu. Well, that's all I'm giving you. Really? That's how cops talk to victims. I mean, yes, that is, but yeah, that's how cops talk to victims.
Could you imagine as a victim being victimized, then going to a police officer and then feeling like you're being interrogated?
Right. That's kind of what it feels like if you're telling me I can't come in and record my interview, and then you're so scared that I'm going to record it that you need to search me before y'all even take. Did y'all know that though? Like when I go in to have my interview with them,
You got to be searched. I remember.
I have to be searched. That's what they told me. They are going to search my person before they take my fucking report.
So you make a victim feel like they're a damn criminal.
Yeah, nobody would want to go through that.
Who the fuck wants to go through that? To receive fucking justice.
Want to search me because I've already recorded them. That's why they walked out on me the first time. They walked out on me the first time because I would not turn my recorder off. So they told me now that when I do come back to give my report, I have to be searched before they will go through with taking my report.
Isn't it your First Amendment right to be able to record it?
They have no legal right to tell her that she can't record.
And it doubles down, and that doubles down in states where you only need one party states where you don't need other people's permission to record.
Well, either way, you're especially if you're in your public space, if you're in your own home, I think you have to tell anybody. But if you're in public space or if you're in a public building, and government buildings are supposed to be able to record in them.
I know you can
I guess,
because I've done it. I've recorded in the police station a couple of times. Like, I have a whole fucking video of me cussing out the fucking police chief after they fucking shot an unarmed black man. Number two, after this happened, after this interview where they refused to take my report, I went back home to Anniston, Alabama to help with a missing persons case. I went in there and filmed Anniston Police Department doing a DNA kit.
you know
I
what?
filmed it. It's not even my case.
All right,
I filmed this whole thing.
Let me let's finish the audio. I don't want to get off track.
Unfortunately, it's 98% female against male, and the males suffer more than the fake victims because the male is thrown through the ringer. And then
did y'all hear this nonsense? Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it sounds like he's giving vibes.
Let's play it again. I want y'all to just soak this in. This is a man that investigates sexual assault saying this shit.
seeing fake victims come up, and I had to investigate it, and you know dang well it's fake, but you got to go through the process, due process, you know. And unfortunately, it's 98% female against male, and the males suffer more than the fake victims because the male is thrown through the ringer, and then after it's all said and done, found not guilty. They don't remember they're not guilty. They just remember the whole accusations. They don't remember all.
You heard the end of that, sis? When he found not guilty. Well, I would think he had found not guilty if you were the investigator, bro.
Play that one more time. Sorry, Hubby was talking to me.
I'm sorry. Did you want me to play it again? I want you to listen to the end of this. He said that when they get found not guilty, they still got to go through the ringer. I'm saying if you're the investigator, I'm pretty sure most of the time them guys did get the fuck off. Like a lot of them guys did in the military and the cases he said he was involved in.
Yeah.
They got off with no fucking shit, no justice.
A lot of those people that get off that still have those allegations lingering around were probably guilty in the first place. So, because one thing I know is that there isn't a huge culture of false allegations, even though white women tend to put out false allegations more than anyone else. Even they don't lie as much as there are real victims.
Mm-hmm.
So that percentage is still so fucking small, because in a white woman's case, the only way it's going to work for her for real is to lie on a person of color.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely a black person.
Like Jetty did.
That is the culture of false allegations in America. Not many other women are making false allegations, and the overall is not. It does not outweigh the real allegations.
Isn't he reversing the statistics too? Isn't it like most women are telling the truth and there's only a small percentage that are?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's what he's doing.
The only women of culture the only women in America that have a culture of lying on SA is white women. Like, it's cultural for them. But even they don't lie as much as there are real allegations.
Number not even close.
The number's not close at all.
No,
Especially not in today where it's not as easy to lie on a black man about rape as it was 20, 30 years ago. You get what I mean?
And there's plenty of statistics out there that show how often it happens in the military and gets covered up. There's even documentaries about it. I've seen.
He said it's unheard of. He said that's unheard of.
Look right here on TikTok. There are so many military women right now on TikTok begging for help. Many of them have gone missing or are dead.
Let's keep going. I don't want to get sidetracked.
Due process, and unfortunately, it's 98% female against male, and the males suffer more than the fake victims because the male is thrown through the ringer, and then after it's all said and done, found not guilty. They don't remember they're not guilty. They just remember the whole accusations. They don't remember all the other stuff. They don't talk about that stuff. So for her to come on there and say, oh, look, I got this recording. Mofo, you just showed us where you told.
You hear what he just called Polisa? He don't know this woman at all. Never met her. Don't have any interactions with her as an investigator, a police officer. Did you hear what he called her? I'm pretty sure he has called plenty of black women worse things.
And that probably he really wanted to call him.
No, that's not what he wanted to call you. He dumbed it down a lot. I'm gonna go back. Go ahead. I'm gonna let it play.
I've been all kind of black bitches today.
I know he punching the sky right now.
That stuff. So for her to come on there and say, oh, look, I got this recording. Mofo, you just showed us where you told her, if I can't record, I don't want to do this interview. She ended the interview right there.
Yep.
And the procedures, my procedures, what I've been told and what I've had to go by, the SOPs, the standard operating procedures for the civilians up here. We're told you do not let second hand or second person recording whatever because it's an ongoing investigation.
You want to say, sis? Did you hear how this is supposed to be standard procedure, but he can't even tell you what it is.
Right. Or whatever.
This is supposed to be standard to you, bro. You're supposed to know this is standard.
You're supposed
You
to
don't
know it
even
like
know
the
the
back of your
procedure.
hand.
How many years you said you've been doing this? Big old dummy.
For the civilians up here. We're told you do not let second hand or second person recording whatever because it's an ongoing investigation. If they want it, once the investigation is over, they can ask it through the Freedom of Information Act, and they will give them all the evidence they want.
And that's exactly what I filed and got my information.
Yep. So let's say I let her record in an interview. Well, she's going to nitpick that interview, edit it to make it justify her shit. And that's what.
This is what he feels about SA, her shit. This is a man that investigates. There ain't no way in the world this man should be near a case of sexual assault.
You said his account is private? Because it wasn't private earlier when I took a screenshot of it.
Polisa, the account you took a screenshot of only had like less than 7,000 followers. His main.
No,
No, it's backwards.
When I took
Backwards.
yeah, it's up there backwards.
For some reason, it's backwards.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so he's private now?
Oh, he's private.
His big account is private. His backup account is public.
Oh, no. What happened is he got that call.
Because I emailed the police department this morning.
Well, you know, I bet you he
I
wouldn't count
emailed the
on
police
people.
department this morning, sent them this video.
Oh, he
I
fucked
also
up.
sent it to the base commander at Pearl Harbor, Hickam.
Send it to the news
I
stations,
also
please.
sent it to the Young Turks.
Oh,
I
good.
also sent it to the Shade Room. I also sent it to the Protectors of Protectors of Our Defenders. They're like a legal group. They had reached out a while ago and basically ended up not helping me with my case because they said they didn't have the bandwidth to help me, but gave me a little insight on a few things. So I'm sending that video now to see if they want to get involved now, because they are supposed to be a legal team to help SA victims, military SA victims. So this is a veteran who is now a cop, and he is up here doing this live with an active duty service member. I think it's about time that the Protectors of Our Defenders take another look at this case.
I don't think his page is private. It is private. You sure, Body Ice Lycon? Okay. Whatever. I don't really care. He already done stepped in this bullshit.
Yep.
So let's keep going.
As investigators don't want it to happen. We
So
don't want that to happen.
let me ask this: when she
Yes,
was
sir.
in the police station recording that lady, because I'm sure that lady had no idea she was being recorded, her face on camera and everything, was that illegal?
Well, so I don't know.
Ain't gonna say, wait, pause there.
Exactly.
Ain't gonna say the lady didn't know she was being recorded when the whole reason we were having a delay on the interview is
conversation.
because I was recording.
Stupid. But again, right? Listen to the answer.
I'm sure the lady had no idea she was being recorded, her face on camera and everything. Was that illegal?
Well, so I don't know the policy of that department, but she clearly says she cannot.
So it's not a law. It's just a policy, right? So it's not against the
If it
law.
were illegal, he would be able to say that, especially being that he's in the same state.
It actually infringes on your First Amendment rights, I believe.
Exactly. I need y'all to learn that.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, hell, think about it. The body cam footage that
in the video. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying the body cam footage that I ordered of Penelope. They're literally taking a report, and they're actually recording it, and that's public record. If they can record it, I really don't think they have a right to stop it.
No, they don't.
You're in a public building.
You're in a public space. It does not matter what. They can't say nothing to you. Nothing.
Which is why she did not say that. Remind you now, she didn't come back with protocol until after she gave me the reasons why now she is there. Mind you, when she first got there, she introduced herself as the investigator that came to interview me, right?
Mhm.
When I asked her why I couldn't record, that woman didn't say no.